Okay, let's go with module 3. We have the unit is SFD and BMD of beams. SFD and BMD of beams, that is shear force and bending moment diagram of beams. Okay, so in this one, it's a very simple topic. First, we have to understand a very basic concepts. Okay, let us go with equilibrium equations. So any structure which has to be under equilibrium, it has to satisfy these three equilibrium equations, that is sigma h is equal to 0, sigma v is equal to 0 and sigma m is equal to 0. That means sum of horizontal forces should be equal to 0, sum of vertical forces should be equal to 0, sum of the moment at any point should be equal to 0, then only it will be under equilibrium. Okay, this is the basic concept. So in this chapter we will analyze only determinate beams. So here we have two different types of beams, that is determinate and one more is indeterminate beams. Okay, so what is determinate and indeterminate beams? The beams which can be analyzed by using these equilibrium equations alone, those beams are called as determinate beams. Those beams are called as determinate beams. Those beams cannot be analyzed by using equilibrium equations alone. Those beams are called as indeterminate beams. That doesn't mean that we cannot analyze. We can analyze by using additional compatibility equation along with these equilibrium equations. So this we will discuss in further videos. So now let's go for example for determinate beams. Okay. So determinate beams, best examples are simply supported beam, a cantilever beam and simply supported beam with overhanging. Simply supported with overhanging. These three types of beams we will analyze in this module. Okay, now we will go with types of supports. Types of supports. So, first let us go with a simple support. Simple support represented by an arrow mark facing upward or downward. Another roller support. So it can be represented like this, or it can be represented like this. Third one, in support. It is represented like this. And one more is a fixed support. It is represented like this. So now these here we have four types of support. One is simple support, roller, hinge and fixed support. So first here you have to know how to calculate the reactions or how to represent the reactions when these type of supports will come. Okay, what do you mean by reaction? Reaction means restriction. Okay, if there is a restriction for a movement, then only reaction will going to develop. Okay, now if you provide a simple support, okay, it will restrict the movement only in vertical movement. It will restrict only vertical movement. Wherever simple support is there, you will get only one reaction. Okay, only one reaction. Okay, whenever it comes for roller support again, it will restrict only one movement, that is vertical movement. Wherever roller support comes, you have to represent only one reaction, that is vertical reaction. Best example for roller support is the supports provided at roller chair, at the bottom of a roller chair, which will allow the movement along horizontal direction as well as rotation, but it will not allow the vertical movement. Okay. So similarly, when you go for hinge support, it will develop two reactions. That means it will develop both vertical as well as horizontal reaction. So best example for hinge support means, so the support provided for a door, which will allow only rotation, which will not allow vertical movement nor horizontal movement. If movement is restricted, then only reaction will going to develop. Therefore, we will have two reactions for hinge support. Similarly, fixed support, for example, this board is fixed. If it is fixed, it will not allow neither vertical movement nor horizontal movement nor rotation. So how many reactions will come? Totally 3 reactions will come in fixed support. So now we will go with types of loads. Types of loads. So here we have 4 types of load. One is a point load, or it also called as a concentrated load, represented like this. Similarly, we have another load which is called as UDL, uniformly distributed load, or it is also called as a rectangular load. Generally, it is represented like this, or it also can be represented in a rectangular area. We have one more load, UVL, uniformly varying load, or it is also called as a triangular load. It is represented like this. So one more load is a couple or a moment. So it is represented like this, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, depends. Okay, now here we will study again how to convert a UDL and UVL into point load. If UDL is acting at an intensity of W per meter, the length of UDL is L. Okay, the total load will become, the load is acting W per meter, the total length is L, so total load will become intensity into multiplied by length, so total load is WL. Okay, where it will be concentrated, if you want to convert into point load, since it's a rectangular load or uniformly distributed load, the load will be concentrated at center. That means AB means it is concentrated at a distance of L by 2 from both the ends. The intensity is W into L. Similarly, we have how to convert a UVL into a point load. So consider UVL of intensity W per meter of length L. So since it's a triangular load, it will be half of a rectangular load. If you consider a rectangle, you can see it is the half of a rectangle is what? A triangular load. Easily we can say what is the total load is? It is the half of the total load of rectangular load. Or else we can use the area of a triangle. Total load is equal to half into base is L and height is what? W. So it will become total load is WL by 2 for a triangular load. Where it will be concentrated? It will be concentrated at a centroid. Even in rectangle also, even in triangle also, the load will be concentrated at centroid. If you take a triangle, the centroid will be, if you take on the base along the length, okay, it is at a distance of L. Here we will call this portion as base and this as apex. Okay, even this is also apex. Right? Only we are talking on this line AB Where it will be concentrated means from base at a distance of 1/3 of L. At a distance of 1/3 of L. Or if you are measuring from apex, it will be concentrated at a distance of 2/3 of L. So now, if I am writing the concentrated load of the UVL, it will be concentrated at a distance of 2/3 of L from point A and 1/3 of L from point B, because base is here. From base it is 1/3, right? So the intensity is WL by 2. This is how we can convert a UDL or UVL into a point load. Okay, let's go with types of beams. So different types of beams. We have a simply supported beam, represented like this. So cantilever beam, one end is fixed, another end is free. This is cantilever beam. Simply supported beam with overhanging. It may be single-sided overhanging or double-sided overhanging also. Okay, simply supported beam with overhanging. This is the overhanging portion. Fixed beam, that means both the ends of the beams are fixed. Both ends of the beam is fixed. Proper cantilever beam, this means cantilever beam is supported by a roller support at the free end. This is called as proper cantilever beam. And we have one more type of beam, that is a continuous beam. We have one more type of beam, that is a continuous beam. That means it has more than one span. The beam has more than one span, then it is called as a continuous beam. These are the different types of beams.